set, get wet with Simeon, Courtie and Elaine here.
Welcome to Get Wet.
Undoubtedly the wettest thing you've ever seen on your TV screen.
So wet, in fact, it's wetter than a haddock's handbag.
Which is wet.
It's wet.
Certainly is. I'll tell you what, go and sort the first game out.
OK.
And while Elaine's just putting the finishing touches to that, let me give you a lightning tour of our genuine, real-life shipwreck. You see, this is really what Get Wet is all about. In a moment, you'll meet two teams who are competing on the show today. They'll be gaining points as they play games, winning themselves prizes, but the team with the most points gets to search this wreck for the star prize.
The big kahuna.
Only one of those teams gets to look for that prize on the deck, but also scuba diving down there below 4 meters of water on the seabed. So let's meet the teams playing Get Wet today. The green team are Joe and James, the Bracknell Panthers. And today's orange team are Kirsten and Richard, the Worcester Wildcats. Let's get the Wildcats and the Panthers in the water for the big splash.
The big splash is the first game where the teams start picking up the points that lead to the prizes and a place in the chest quest, hopefully. But first of all, the teams come down the chute here. They must swim across to this valve, turning the wheel because it operates the water cannon over in the pontoon.
They're going to have so much fun with these, but they've got a couple more obstacles to get through yet.
Then the teams have to help each other up this very slippery slope.
All the while, our keen-eyed contestants will spy these things, doubloons, picking up 5 points for a bronze and 10 points for collecting a silver. Some of these, though, get very tricky to lay your hands on.
That's right, because I would reckon that these two silver doubloons are probably the hardest to get because they're positioned above these balance bars. So, the teams have to come along here. They get more slippery along at the end, jumping in, getting themselves onto these huge wonder wheels, working their way across the pool, picking up doubloons to the pontoon where Sim is.
Having successfully raced this far up to the pontoon, they find a gold doubloon worth 20 points. They slap that on their body suit and then get busy having fun with the water cannons, blasting the opposition and trying to stop them picking up any more doubloons in the water. We have 100 points available to each team in the big splash and only 2 minutes to fetch them all. So if our teams are standing by, let's give them a huge send-off as we say, ready, set, get wet! Diving under the water is the first challenge to turn on those valves. The Wildcats and the Panthers head-to-head in the big splash. Both the cannons are on. Who will be first up the slippery slope? Ah, I see the green team. The Panthers are there. Watch out, James. Look out, you don't slip when you get here. Wait. No, it's... James is actually very relaxed. He was up there behind Joe. Joe just did take a bit of a dive, dropped her doubloon, but picked it up off the bottom of the pool. And the Wildcats still to be seen. I can't see them. That slippery slope is just boxing those cats. The wonder wheels in the water all belong to the Panthers because they have just blasted the opposition and are currently collecting all of the doubloons. You know, if the game continues like this, there is a chance that the Wildcats could be in a very sorry position. The Panthers could actually collect more than their possible maximum. They could start collecting the doubloons that the other team was supposed to have. Well, who knows which way the points are going to go because the Wildcats are right back in the race. They've made up for some lost ground and we can already see Richard in the wonder wheel. Kirsten is still stuck there on the slippery slope. Richard obviously gave up being a gentleman and said, no, I'm leaving you here, girl. I've got to go and get some points. Richard's being blasted, though, by Joe, who's got that water cannon directed right into his face. He's trying to grab one more. He's managed to get it. Time is up. Wow. Well, there was a massive difference of ability there, a bit of a head start for the Panthers, but let's see how the points look.
Well, at this early stage, the Wildcats have 50 points, but the Panthers in the lead with 95.
It's worth pointing out that we have had teams 55 points behind at this stage who've gone on to win, but I think a bit of teamwork might be needed. All right, Richard? Anyway, let's find out the prizes that you can win on today's Get Wet.
Level 1, 75 points. Whether you're a budding architect or just a doodler, the choice is yours with this art set. Level 2, 100 points. All your sports gear will be safely stashed in this funky sports bag. Level 3, 125 points. Wake up to hip-hop and happening sounds with this clock radio. Level 4, you'll have no excuse for missing those dates on this digital diary organizer.
Very nice.
Very nice. I could do a few of them myself.
You can't have them, but they're for the contestants only. Let's see if we can put a few more points on the scoreboard now as we play Brainwaves. OK, the quiz is basically a true or false quiz. The first of 2 rounds of this we'll play in today's show. Each team elects a spokesperson. It's going to be the 2 lads. And Elaine and I each have 3 statements all about sport. Every correct guess is worth 5 points, so potentially 15 points to be gained here. You'll go first, Panthers, because you're in the lead. Golfer Mark O'Meara won the 1998 Masters. True or false?
I'll say it was false.
I'm afraid it was true. Sharon Davies is the co-presenter on Record Breakers. True or false?
I'll say it was true.
Sorry to tell you, James, it's false. She was the co-presenter on The Big Breakfast. And finally, Manchester United's Alex Ferguson previously managed St Mirren.
False. I'll say it was false.
I'm afraid it was true. Oh.
At the 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona, 16-year-old Jennifer Capriati of the United States won the gold medal in the women's singles. True or false?
False.
It was true. Golfer Jack Nicklaus's 20 championship titles set the record for the most major golf tournament victories of a career. True or false?
True.
It is true. Snooker's John Parrott is a team captain on television's They Think It's All Over. True or false?
False.
It is false. It's a question of sport.
Wow. There you have it. We foxed them with a few of those questions. Let's see how that's altered today's scoreboard.
The scores now, the Wildcats have 60 points, but still in the lead, the Panthers with 95.
Oh, they're hot on the Panthers' heels.
They are, and there are a few more games to go as well. In fact, I'm going to go and get the next game ready.
OK. I think it's time that we got all our teams back in the water and had a quick game of crisscross catch.
For crisscross catch, one team member will be throwing sponges to the other team member, who will try and catch them with the lacrosse sticks.
We'll be awarding points for every sponge that finds its way into a bucket, and with only 60 seconds on the clock, this looks to be a frantic game.
Ready, set, get wet!
Time is up. Well, it looked to me like the Panthers really had the hang of that. We'll count those sponges up and take a new look at those scores.
Well, the Wildcats have 70 points, but the Panthers on level 3 with 125. So, the Panthers already have the art set, the digital clock, and of course the sports bag. Wildcats still to play for all three. Still up for grabs then. That digital diary organiser. You can't do without it.
No, it's still everything to play for as we start to gain a few more points with round 2 of Brainwaves. So Joe and Kirsten are sat here back to back. Elaine and I have 6 statements for you. We always have a watery theme for this round, and today's category is pirates. Simply indicate your answer by lighting your light. Red for false, green for true. OK. 30 points available, 5 points for every correct question answered, and these points more crucial than ever. In Treasure Island, Jim Hawkins was the ship's cook. It was false. He was the cabin boy.
The Jolly Roger is a pirate's flag. True or false? It's true.
Blackbeard's real name was Edward Teach. True or false? It is true.
Long John Silver had a pet monkey on his shoulder. True or false? It is false. It was a parrot.
Monkey. What do you like? Pirates in the West Indies were the first to fly red flags to let everyone know who they were. It is true. Both right.
Anne Bonny was an Irish pirate who dressed and worked like a man. True or false? It was true.
Oh, they couldn't agree on that, but that's all 6 questions over. You can relax. Well, I'm not sure how that's altered the scoreboard, but I know a man who does.
Thanks, Sim. The Wildcats have 95 points, still in the lead. The Panthers with 140.
But it ain't over yet. No, because now it's time for our teams to reach the peak.
For Reach the Peak, the teams have to build 4 layers from the floating blocks around the pool. The summit block has 4 holes for 4 flags. The winning team is a team with the most blocks and flags in place.
As ever, we play this particular game 1 team at a time. The team in the lead goes first, so that's the Bracknell Panthers, but all the while, they will be blasted by the opposition. The Wildcats are ready with their water cannons. We shall award 5 points for every block they managed to build, and also bonus points for each flag in the top, so a possible maximum of 40 to be gained, but only 1.5 minutes to do it.
So Panthers, if you're standing by, ready, set, get wet!
Straight into the action go James and Joe. And James is doing an excellent building job here. He's already got himself the first block up there. And number 2 is there. And Joe's doing her stuff as well. She's brought the big one up. I'm not quite sure what shape this pyramid is going to take. I've got a feeling we've got 2 more smaller ones to get up there yet, Joe. But, oh no, I guess you probably know best. I'm an amateur when it comes to this kind of thing. Oh no, she's got it spot on. I can see it coming together now. It's good if I'm not a house builder, isn't it? Well done to that one. Well done, Joe. Now, being blasted, though, it has to be said, in the back of the head by an absolutely merciless Kirsten who's got a water cannon just drenching her on that platform. Absolutely drenching her. As is Richard, he's aiming for James, trying to put him off by just giving him a face full of water. I don't know about you, but I can't see a pyramid taking shape yet. I had a lot of confidence in Joe there for a minute, but oh, she's slipped. She's down. Those water cannons are certainly putting her off. Oh dear, it's so cool. It's so great. Go on, Joe. At least build it 1 level up. I don't know what it is. That's it. Time is up. Let's see how the Wildcats get on when they try to reach the peak.
Wildcats, if you're standing by, ready, set, get wet!
So the Wildcats have seen how difficult this particular puzzle is. That's already Kirsten getting absolutely soaked by James. who's really giving a nice little refreshing drink with his water banner. Of course, the advantage the Wildcats have is that they have seen the Panthers attempt this particular challenge and get it wrong. So hopefully they'll get the blocks up there in the right order and at least build up to one level. To tell you the truth, I don't know. Oh, I have to say, good bit of strategy by Richard, who's getting all the blocks from the outside of the pool and throwing them into the middle, so they're all going to be handy for Kirsten to start building up. Okay, 3 blocks on there. Come on, Richard, get that other corner block in. Come on! These blocks are so heavy when you're in the water, believe me. Okay, all 4 in place. Now, there's just a big one right on the far side of the pool. Over there, Richard, he's looking around. Kirsten can't afford to wait for him. She's dived in, gone to get it herself. But hang on a minute, she's about to get us soaking with the water cannons. Joe and James are just giving her such a soaking. Look at her, she can hardly get herself to the water. Go on, Richard. He's using all his strength to try and get that block up, but he needs 2 of them. I think that's going to count. Yes, time up. A fantastic effort by the Wildcats, using all their strength. Now, before we look at the final score, just look at the effort involved in reaching the peak. I think I speak for all the contestants when I say those blocks were a lot heavier than they looked, weren't they? And all that action has left us, of course, with a final score.
Well, the Wildcats have 120 points, but this week's chess questers are the Panthers with 155!
So, congratulations to the Panthers, and sadly we have to lose the Wildcats, but you've been excellent contestants. Have you enjoyed your day, Kirsten?
Yeah, it's been really good.
You've been a really top sport as well. How about you, Richard?
Yeah, it's been all right.
Oh, it's been all right, is it? Great. Well, thanks for coming on the show. I think the next thing for you to do is just swim for home. Please, go mad, show your appreciation for Kirsten and Richard, the Worcester Wildcats! Now, the pressure really starts to build because the Bracknell Panthers, Joe and James, have to leave with Elaine and get kitted up in their scuba gear and their helmets because they are about to tackle the chest quest. We're just moments away from the biggest and most exciting part of the show. But before we get on to the quest, let's reveal today's star prize.
Well, Sim, here's a star prize you can take personally. It's a personal CD player with speakers and this fabulous LCD mini TV.
A TV and sound system each. Oh yes, 1 each if they complete the chest quest. And of course all they have to do is open this baby, the all-important treasure chest. We've locked it, you see, with 2 chains and 2 padlocks. All Joe and James have to do is find the 2 keys that open this chest, and the prize is theirs. Now, one of those keys is down there, underwater on the seabed, and the other is up here on the shipwreck. So let me tell you how it works. You see, I give both contestants the first key on their quest, and in Joe's case, because she's up here on the wreck, that'll bring her to this chest. Inside, she could find another key. That would take her on to the next challenge on the wreck. If it was this key, that would bring her under here to something we call the Russian trunks, because like the Russian dolls, inside you find a smaller one, and inside that, another smaller one, and on it goes until she would find the next key on her quest, and so it goes on. Of course, all that time, James has his scuba gear on and is diving underwater, taking on a completely different set of underwater challenges. Now, you can see James being kitted up there in his scuba gear. Our underwater divers are in place, the safety divers, just to make sure that nothing can go wrong with the scuba diving. Now, every time we play the quest, just to be very devious, we change the route. So let's look at today's chest quest route.
Well, first Joe must open the treasure chest, then hop across to the captain's cabin to burst those bladders, back onto the deck next to flood the float, then up to the poop deck to solve the padlock puzzler, and onto the main deck to rummage in the flak chest. Meanwhile, down below, James must open the sunken chest, then upwards to unscrew that pipe, down next to crack the safe, and across to plunder the lifeboat where he'll find his golden key.
Our team are ready. Please go mad, give it up for Joe and James, the Bracknell Panthers! here they are, geared up and raring to go. So, Joe, a pretty cool prize on offer here, actually. What's going through your mind right now?
Ooh, I don't know, trying to get it, I suppose.
Yeah, a lot of confidence there?
Yeah, I'm quite confident.
Joe, this key will open the first chest. I don't know what's inside there. After that, it's up to you. So take that, guard it with your life, and after you've set off, just run like the wind. Just go as fast as you can. Rocksteady Eddie is just making sure everything is safely in place with James. Everything okay, Ed?
James is ready to go.
All right, James, there is the first key on your quest. After that, it's up to you. Our team are ready. Give them a huge send-off as we start the chest quest in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Come back up, James, and come back down here, Joe. Both on their final part of the quest. What was the hardest part for you there, Joe?
I couldn't quite find the thing for the water and the balloons.
Oh, and the water, for us, it was taking an age to feel like we were going, come on, come on, come on. James, just come up here, will you, mate? What was the most tricky bit for you down there? I had a problem over there, I think.
Getting the gold out the safe.
Oh, well, look, you were both brilliant contestants, and the good news is you have won all of the prizes on our prize levels during the day. You've won the pen set, the sports bag, the clock radio, and the digital diary, and best of all, you've been excellent contestants. We've loved having you here, and thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon for more Get Wet. Bye-bye!